I would like to introduce you to our next erudite speaker, Mr. Pradeep Agarwal. Pradeep is a founder of Enzo League, a personal styling and grooming company for men who are on the journey of exploring their individuality. They help in enhancing your everyday and all occasions dressing to reflect your own unique personality through personality attributes like body type, complexion, hair color, eye color, personality type, budget, occasions, so on and so forth. Pradeep is a computer science engineer by education with more than 13 years of consulting experience across geographies and has worked with some of the CXOs of Fortune 500 companies. I'll request Mr. Pradeep to share his ideas on the topic entitled as Importance of Colors in Everyday Dressing. The platform is yours, sir. You can get started.
Thank you for a wonderful introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. Just give me a second.
Please take your time.
So, I hope everyone loves color. Nobody wants to have like a black and white life. Everyone has, when we sleep or when we get up in the morning, we interact with different colors. So it's like around 7 million colors every day we interact with. So today we'll speak about that importance of colors in our everyday life and obviously in our everyday dressing. So let's start. So there are two things. Now we are living in a digital era. So personal branding. What is personal branding? It's basically what people say when you are not in that room. So basically in this era, whatever business you are in, I'm sure a lot of businessmen are here or businesswomen are here. So it's the first time when you open your business, it's because of you, any customers comes to you. So it's not, yes, the logos and everything, the branding and everything will come in place, but the first thing is you. So you are your interface of your business. So personal branding, and even people who are not in business, if they are into professions, still the personal branding really matters. What people say about you, what people think about you, how people perceive you, that is your personal branding. So everyone requires that personal branding. And color is responsible around 60% of that acceptance or rejection of your personal branding. So it is go in hand, your color and personal branding. We will see how they go hand in hand. So we have heard about this terminology of emotional quotient, intelligence quotient, but this is something which we also talk about is the color quotient, which is like it is very prominent in women, but in men it's little missing because of obviously the chromosomes. There's a science behind it, but if we start understanding colors, we start comprehending colors, we understand how to express those colors. That is what color quotient is. Then it will be lot helpful. So there is some facts I have put over here. Is so in your personal branding recognition, color plays a very important role, and it increases your personal branding recognition to around 80%. And again, color also helps in increasing the learning by 55 to 78%. So how it does that? So every color has some perception, some emotion, some feeling. So we will talk about those perceptions and feelings. So every color brings attention, changes the behavior, create feelings inside you. It helps you to learn more. It pushes. Every color has that thing which is related to that. So like example, your orange is like color of mood lifter, then maybe green is a color of concentration, it enhances your concentration. So and blue is a color of productivity, so it helps in learning. Similarly, the comprehension, perception or things to understand, the color really helps. in checking that comprehension. The last point is everything you buy, everything you use in your day-to-day life, 85% of that habit, whatever you buy or why you don't buy, color plays a very, very important role. We will come to that. It is very, very important aspects of our day-to-day life. So everything you decide to buy or not to buy, color plays a very, very important role, because that first 90 seconds helps in deciding whether you will buy or not. Color plays a very important role in that. So let me talk about how colors being perceived, what emotions are attached to each color. So when we talk about color red, it's a color of excitement, it's an energy color, it's passion, action, desire. Then we talk about the color yellow. So yellow is a color of sun, so you have a lot of positivity, lot of optimism, confidence, enthusiasm, and happiness. We all know color green because most of your world currencies are color green, so they are color of growth. That's why it's been used. It's a color of refreshing, it's a color of reassurance, and it's a color of hope. And then I think a lot of people, especially men, use blue in their wardrobe. We will talk about that also. So the color blue is basically color about trust, honesty, calmness, intelligence, lot of things. And I already spoke about the color blue is it also associates with the productivity. And color purple is royalty, quality, creativity, knowledge. So there are a lot of other colors. Every color has a perception, every color has some emotions attached to it. So if you understand those emotions, it really helps to elevate your personality. So if you see another image in this on your screen right now, it's an average representation of an Indian men wardrobe. So we do have a lot of whites, grays, blues, blacks, and nowadays we started adding little browns. But what is missing is the bottom of the pyramid is red, olive, yellow, purple, lavender, pink. And we will talk about this. So these are the basically, when we eat our curry, we Indians love our curry. But if we don't have any spices, it becomes a little bland for us. Similarly, in your clothing, yes, you love grays, blacks, blues, white. But if you don't add spices are, which you see right now, the 1 or 2% in your wardrobe, which is not normally not present. If you start using them intelligently, they can act as your spices in your personal branding. So let's see how these celebrities or these people whom you know, they use color to put a message across, put a perception across without even speaking a single word. So I hope you know the image. First image is your Shiv Khera. So if you have seen any of the Shiv Khera's conferences or wherever he goes for the motivational talk, he uses a color red tie. So whatever the family of red, he always use that red tie. So what this color does, it's a color of power, it's a color of influence, it's a color of act now, color of attention, color of listen to me. So without even uttering a single word, when he goes for this motivational talks, he's already influenced everyone's mind, the audience mind, that now I have come on the podium, you have to listen to me, you have to put attention to me. So inherently it does it. It plays with the perception. We know the image too, where we have Aadhar Poonawalla. Now we have heard about him a lot during this COVID scenario, but you must be surprised that Aadhar Poonawalla mostly wears shades of blue in his suits or in his office attire. What is the reason behind it? So it's a color of youth, it's a color of calmness, it's a color of trust, it's a color of honesty. So it brings that element to the personality. So, and it's also color of intelligence because he's running a vaccine company. So this all things creates a message across it. And again, blue is the safest color. If you have seen, we will talk about those brands also. Lot of brands, they use color blue because color blue is the safest and the most trustable color. We will talk about that color more. If you see the image, third image is our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. He uses lot of browns in his attire, if you see. So what he is trying to emit a message, he's trying to emit a message that I am from a very very modest background. I am a chai wala, I am like you, I am very modest, you can trust me, I'm very earthy basically. And he also uses lot of blues also, if you see. So they are using this clothing colors to emit these messages without even speaking single word. So they are influencing your mind. Okay. Then we have number 4 is Gaur Gopal Das. He is a monk. Everyone knows it. So he uses a lot of saffron color. We must have questioned that why a lot of monks and sadhus wear this orange or saffron color. So saffron is a color of purity. Saffron is a color of sacrifice, and also saffron is a color of encouragement. Saffron is a color of enlightenment. Saffron is a color of change. So whenever you feel, when you see these people or meet these people or hear these people, when they're so automatically by their attire they have already influenced. You feel encouraged because of that color itself. So they are talking something, but at the same time that color of their attire also plays a very very important role. So brands, we buy every day. At the fourth point which we talked about, that 85% whatever we buy or we don't buy, brands plays a very the color plays a very very important role. So every brand uses their logos, and we associate with logos, but again every logo uses certain colors. So all these colors is very very important because they play a very important role by playing with your mind. They influence certain things. So you would be surprised to hear this, that I hope everyone knows Starbucks over here. So Starbucks used to have a brown color logo, but they changed to green basically. So what is the reason behind it? Why they use this green color suddenly? So it's a color of growth, it's a color of relaxation, it's a color of healing, it's a color of refreshness. Okay, and it's a color of concentration. So what they are trying to do from their brand logo color, they are again giving you a perception that if I go to a Starbucks, it will give me healing, a little relaxation and everything. So they are already playing with those colors. Okay. Similarly, if you have seen our Airtel color, or I'm sure everyone's seeing these days Netflix, and we see a lot of Coca-Cola being used in our day-to-day life. So what they are trying to do with this red colors, what they are trying to do is, so red is a color of energy, excitement, enthusiasm, and act now. That's why you see McDonald's has majorly red. Even Coca-Cola, even you will see, I see a lot of people who are here from food industry. So red is a prominent color used in the food industry because it triggers hunger. So the moment you see the logo red in color, it calls for attention. It calls you, that it triggers hunger inside you. So you act now immediately. That's why you see McDonald's, Domino's Pizza, Pizza Hut, your KFC, Coca-Cola, all this food company, prominently they use red color, and then there another color they use is the yellow color. So most of these restaurants of the food industry, they use red and yellow color because these are the two colors calls for attention, and they also trigger hunger also. Okay, and as I said, green color, again we see our Indian brand Dabur. It's again shows it's also in the logo, also the color of growth and refreshness and healing. So Dabur mostly deals into that Ayurveda thing. Now we come to the color blue. If you see the logos, what the logos you see over here, we see the logos of SBI, State Bank of India, Tata brand, LIC, again. So they use a lot of blues. So blue is the color of basically security. It's a color of trust. It's a color of calmness. It's a color of reliability. So lot of Indian brands you see, and lot of finance companies, they use color blue. If you see lot of banks, lot of even SDFC also has a color blue. So lot of this company uses color blue because it shows something. Even you have Infosys color blue as a logo. So it shows clarity. It shows color of wisdom, it's color of faith, productivity. So they are using this color slowly, and they're giving you a perception. They are playing, they're putting that in your mind with the color. So similarly, if you see golden color, which is again color of sun color, so again it has influence of yellow in it. So it shows high status, wealth, prosperity, success, prestige. So you see all bigger brands. If you see Taj hotels, they use this golden color in their logo. Gucci, Prada, not Prada, Rolex. They all are like high brands. They use logo colors as golden. Okay, and then there is a yellow color also. If you see the color yellow is again from sun, so it has positivity, optimism, happiness, joy, fun. So that's why you see Nikon uses this color very well. Even in our LIC brand, we use this color. So it's giving the perception of that yellow color. And then we have, if you see one logo over here is a color orange Fanta. I'm sure everyone has tried this Fanta. So what is this orange color is doing? It's a color of playfulness. That's why you see even their ads, when they used to come on TV, they used to always have a funful ad, a playfulness. Even if you remember the kids channel Nickelodeon, that also has an orange color logo. So these colors very important. They play a very important role in the logos. Okay, so yes, for business you require a branding. For branding you require a logo, and for logo you require those colors to give a perception, give a feeling, changes your behavior, and it decides what to buy and what not to buy. Similarly, now we spoke about branding, but the first thing is your branding. That is your personal branding. So how in your personal branding colors comes into the picture is when I see you or I meet you, I see the first thing is your clothes, your exterior. Yes, we can speak certain words after certain minutes or certain hours, but the first thing what we see is your clothes. And in clothes, colors. So colors plays a very important role in your personal branding. So we will see some of the ways how we can use these colors in our personal branding. So I'm sure a lot of businessmen here and businesswomen. So I've just given some examples over here, but there can be a lot can be done. Like we can use over here, if you see the color red, maroon, burgundy being used in a tie, in a pocket square. It can be used in a cufflink, in your laptop bag. It can be a pen. It can be your coat pin. It can be your shoes. So anything which accentuates your personality with those colors. Here we are using those spices colors, not all the colors which you have already. If you see the blue colors, the gray colors are still there, your main colors, but the other colors which I spoke about, the spices, they are being added over here as your accentuate colors. So they are helping you into create a statement. Like how Shifkera used always a red tie, you can always bring a signature element into your overall dressing, in your important conferences, in your important customer meetings, wherever. So you can, like example, somebody who is a professor or teaching profession, they can bring a purple color element as a color of knowledge. So they can bring that element of purple in their cufflinks, pocket square or a tie, or even can be a shirt button. If you are not wearing a suit, it can be your shirt button color also. So it depends how you want to. So if you bring a signature element with certain colors and you associate, even if you remember Donald Trump or your Warren Buffett, they also uses extensively red ties and red pocket square. So everyone brings a certain element of their personal branding in terms of signature statement, in terms of colors. So you can slowly start incorporating these colors into your dressing, which will indirectly result into your whatever success you are aiming for. It can be you're converting a customer sales or maybe a job or whatever. So personal branding is very important. This is how you can bring in colors. So in case you guys want to reach out to me, you can always connect with us. and we can talk about specific personalized colors about you, which one will go with your personality. So that's it from my side. If you guys have any questions, I am open to take any questions.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your lecture, sir. Sir, there is always this thing in my mind, like how come colors got stereotyped with gender? Like we associate pink with women, then blue with men. So, like how, we of course know, like for certain reasons they are not found acceptable unless and until you make some, blend of two colors. So, like what are the causes? Why are they not as much acceptable when it comes to pink and blue, and we associate and with genders?
Okay, a good question. So the first thing is, whenever color is made, it was never assigned to any gender, that this color is feminine or this color is masculine. Just to give you a little background about pink color. So pink color was first came into prominence. It was brought by rulers who were mainly men, because the color red used to be the color of blood. So since it was during that time, there used to be a lot of war used to happen, so color red was taken as a bad thing that time. So what they did is, from the color family of red, they brought another color which is pink, and a lot of men who brought it this for their attire, they used to wear this pink. But with this evolution, when the color psychology came slowly, lot of variations into the pink color, and men slowly stopped wearing a lot of pink after these wars and all. And female, because they have more profound sense of coloring, they like this pink color as color of excitement or freshness or fantasy. So they started incorporating more pink in their wardrobe, and slowly you saw that men don't wear a lot of pink and female wear a lot of pink. Because of that, they started associating. It's a more society thing, that because they've seen a lot of women wearing pink, so they started saying it's a feminine color, but it never became prominent like it's a male color or a female color when it was made. Same goes for blue. So blue is being used worldwide over by all the genders, because men like more blue, because it's a blue is a status color. It automatically comes for men. If you see, we haven't spoken about the black. So black is again another color of sophistication, elegance, and mystery. So lot of celebrities from the older era, or whoever were into power positions, they used to wear a lot of black, and blue came to prominence. And the royal suit started becoming, the royal attire started becoming more blue because of the trust and all. So again, because a lot of men were like rulers, they again became prominent. So if you see the English army, a lot of they used to wear blue. Even now, Scottish army has a lot of blue in it. Even the US army has little blue in it. So it's just an association. It's how, as a society, we have perceived those colors. Any color never made for any gender. Nothing that this color is for this gender or this color is for this gender. Never.
Yes. We hope, and it is also possible the way pink has got, like, colors has been associated with two genders. Perhaps in the coming years it could be opposite. Pink may be associated with men and blue. You never know.
So pink, men have started wearing pink. So we that's with lot of and now a lot of men wear pink.
It's just about initiation, and the moment celebrities start inculcating, of course, the followers would. Yeah. Sir, may I know, like, depending upon the complexion, if you have a bright complexion or dark complexion, so what like colors should you prefer?
Okay, so see, every skin type and every personality differs. So that's something we can tell in the personalized session. But what in a general, as a thumb rule, you can start with is, if you are little on the fairer side, which is also called cool colors, your skin type is more cool, fairer type, then you start wearing more of the darker colors in your upper attire, at the your upper toe. So basically your shirt or t-shirt or jackets, they can be more of your darker colors. And again, this is also split into your day and night, because day has sun, so it darker color absorbs lot of light, so you might feel lot hotter. So maybe you can put a shade of darker but in a lighter way. So that how you should choose. Similarly, the person who has a warm shade or little darker shade, they should go for a little lighter colors, because it's again science over here. So lighter colors reflect light, they don't absorb light, because of which you feel also little cooler, and also because it reflect light. So the person who is a warm shade, they have little glow on their face, because of which they look little fairer what their skin type is. That's how the illusion is created.
Yeah.
So I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, you did, sir. Thank you so much. Actually, I have this perception, and I go with this. Whenever I try to dress myself, I always keep I don't like wearing multiple colors. So if I'm wearing a dark, for example, if it is a light yellow color t-shirt, then I would prefer dark pant. And if it is a dark shirt, then I would prefer a light colored pants. So is that a right way to go on, sir?
So again,
I believe that too bright colors, I personally feel, doesn't go well. That is what I think. But do you have any say on it?
So again, what you are talking about is the contrasting clothes. Yes, for combinations we do create contrast clothes, but again, it depends on the body type. Whether you should wear a contrasting shade, like a opposite in the color wheel, basically a darker with a lighter or a lighter with a darker. It again depends in a lot of factors: your body type, your complexion, your personality type, and obviously your hair and eye color. These all combinations decide what color combinations you should wear. But again, like there is a rule for, like, if you are a rectangle body type, which most of the Indians are, they can go for a contrasting, like if you wear a light shirt and a dark pant, or a dark shirt with a light pant, that is a good to go. Similarly, person we also find in India mostly is oval body type, which is more like a fat person who has a little belly. They should not do this light color shirt or a darker color pant. What they should be doing mostly is they should be wearing light and light top and bottom, and darker top and bottom. But again, then there is no rule hard and fast, hard coded, that you can't wear contrasting if you are a oval or a little fat. You can, but there are ways of wearing it differently. Similarly, for a rectangle body type, there are ways you can wear also the same shade, but in a different manner.
Nice. Thank you so much. It was really insightful, sir. We got a number of tips from you, and the symbolism that you associated with the colors. I hope the viewers got to learn a lot about that. Thank you for sharing your time, sir. Have a great day.
Thank you. And this is our contact details. If any of the audience wants to connect with us, they can connect with us. But I would say start incorporating colors in your dressing properly and enhance your personal brand. That's my last message before I leave. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.